Welcome to our 11th podcast, YouTube show, Facebook show, video, wherever you're watching it. Thank you so much for watching. What I wanted to touch on today is kind of going global. It has been a bizarre experience the last sort of where we at, sort of 12 weeks since we rolled out becoming an owner. Probably not even that long ago, somewhere around that. It's around 10 weeks ago it was rolled out. The amount of people that have got in touch from either all around the UK, overseas, has been phenomenal. And thank you for anyone that has become an owner, regardless if you're in the local area or not. It really makes such a difference to us because it allows us to keep going to the next step. Doing stuff, and it's even like I'm sat here on the table, and literally a foot away from me is a box of 10 footballs, because we've finally purchased footballs, ready for sort of preseason games, June, July time when we get those into the calendar. We're going to aim for June, but we'll need special dispensation from the FA, because they don't allow June friendlies. But we're going to ask because they do make allowances for sort of new club stuff like that. So no harm in asking. We'll certainly try and get that into the calendar. But we're now in 10 different countries, which is just crazy to say. So thank you to our latest owner, who's in Canada. So double digit countries is some special. And as well as that, the USA, now into double digit owners in the USA, for Cleveland Browns fans. Thank you very much, guys. Best NFL team in the world. Not even close. They all joined, I believe, last week. The weeks just blur into each other. But no, thank you to all those that joined up. And it's just such a growing community. And it doesn't matter if you're an hour away from where we are or you're the other side of the world. There's nothing stopping you getting involved in this. Um, and so just to sort of explain that, because I've had a few people reach out and go, oh, I'm in this part of the UK, or I'm in this country. Can I become an owner? And the answer is 100% yes. Regardless of where you are, you can become an owner, and you get the same power in running the football club as me. And that's the way we want to run it with East Thurrock Community Football Club. There should be no difference. The say in major decisions, you have the same power as me. And that's just a great way of doing it. I'm here to do the extra bit of due diligence, bring everything together, make sure you've got the right information to make a well-rounded decision. But why should I have any more power than you? And that's really fundamental to the way we've built the club, because it just puts us on a really good footing. And the more owners we get, the more better decision making we're going to have, because questions are going to come in and go, actually, have you thought about this? And also, the more people then get involved in the say, it's just that shared responsibility of people thinking twice about every single item. So it's a really, really good thing to have. So, what do we do for people, regardless of where they are? So, why would someone overseas want to join? So, there's four different areas I really want to touch on, probably actually five here. So, we do digital owners meetings. So, we have our face to face owners meeting, but then also on the first Monday of each month, we have a digital one. So, it's held over Google Meet, so accessible for everyone. Um, and it's the same agenda that we run through during the face to face meeting. So, don't hesitate if you can't get to the meeting, even if you're local, by all means jump on the recorded one. And we also record it as well, and then we email it out to all of our owners. So if it's one where time zones you're actually asleep, and as someone that watches the NFL, I'm used to being in different time zones than people that normally taking part in any event. So we always record it, and we'll email out the recording. And then there's any questions that come from that. The email inbox is always open. It's the best way to get in touch. So fire an email to eastthurrockcfc@gmail.com. I'll happily answer that email. So whatever the question might be, reach out. But those owners' meetings are there just to run through all the key decision making. Then we've got all of our voting is online. And the reason for that is, even for the people that are at the meeting, the votes are still done online, because then there's a paper trail for every single vote cast, and we can know that 100% this is the way everyone exactly wanted to vote. And there's just so much more confidence in the result. But it also means it's not just, oh, were you there on the day? Did you get this? It allows us to know that this is really what people wanted. And as ownership continues to grow and grow and grow, it's better to get the right decision than race there on the night and we just get a small catchment of people that vote. So Voting's always done online. We give at least 48 hours because then that gives time for everyone to get their vote done. The vote that's going to open tomorrow, it'll open on Tuesday morning, and that will run all the way till the end of Friday. So we're going to give it extra time for that vote, and that sort of kits and our charity partners for the year, or for at least for this kit and however long that kit runs. So that's something that we're just allowing people a bit of extra time, and that's key. We want to make the right decision. We're not rushing, but we've got to set an end date because we don't want things to run for a couple of weeks or anything like that. Every week we send an email to our owners. So we have the fan newsletter, which we release every Friday, but every Tuesday I send an email to our fan owners. And that's got all sorts of stuff, the latest ownership numbers, what are the finances, hey, how much we spent on the balls, that'll be in your email tomorrow, because every pound and every penny that we're spending, that deserves to be reported back to you, just to give you a sense of where we're at financially. And then the end of each financial year, and our financial year runs until the end of May each year, we'll then put the full broken down accounts of what money's come in, what money's gone out, onto our website, so everyone will be able to see them, because we believe that financial transparency is really, really important. Partly just so the confidence the club's going well, but it's also interesting. Who hasn't always wanted to know? It's like, what's going on with the finances of your favourite football club? Why can't we put that out there and give people confidence in seeing what's happening, where we're at? So that's a really important piece for us. Another one's volunteering. So there's nothing stopping you from wherever you are in the world getting involved. We've got people all around the UK that are involved in our digital team. So whether it's something like fundraising, sponsorship, could be trying to reach out and get more grant funding. It could be around our fundraising team, wherever that might be, get in touch. So a lot of the communication is just done via WhatsApp. So it doesn't matter where you're at. So you've got the central core committee board, whatever you want to call it, and then you've got lots of different. They're more working groups rather than committees, because they don't really meet. There's not sort of formal agendas and things. It's just people coming together, and whether you can offer a little bit of time or you can offer a bit of time, that's something that's really, really beneficial to us, and we're grateful for every moment that someone can give. So consider that. And then the other part is, we need to find a better name for it. I've just got sort of a working title of Rocks Around the World. It's run by Andy Wooding, who's in Wales. But we want to build up sort of a supporters network of fans that are overseas, because we've got fans in so many different countries. Just put people together, enjoy that company, and that sort of engagement. So we're working on something there, and that will be part of our membership sort of community team. And that's something that we're going to continue building out as we move towards the early games. Work's underway of how can we live stream home games, because that's obviously going to make it really easy for fans around the world to engage. We've got to be mindful that 3 o'clock is a blackout time for games shown live in the UK. So it will definitely be highlights packages and other stuff that we can definitely do. It's just working out what we can do for streaming. And it might be one where we can only stream part of the game, and then as soon as it hits 3 o'clock, we have to turn it off, and then we can upload it afterwards, or we'll work out how that will work. So it's a piece of work being done behind the scenes, just to see what's feasible and what we can get away with. Because I don't want to be levied with any massive fines by the FA, and shut down as a club because we're breaking rules. So a piece of work is underway to get that answer, and we've got a few months left before we know exactly where we'll be at. But it might be one that you don't see the friendlies, but then you'll see the league games. So that's the key bit, really aiming towards that first league game. Let's get that live so people can watch it, and that'll be the home games, just because we can't be sure what will happen with away games. Is there Wi-Fi? Is there connection signal? Whereas we know there's Wi-Fi at home games, and that gives us that freedom and power. So that's kind of something I just wanted to chat about today, sort of Heathrow fans all around the world. And thank you to all of you that have signed up, become owners. And if you're sitting on the fence thinking, should I do it? Do it. There is so many people taking part in this. So jump on board. To think there's over 20 owners now that are outside of England is just great to see. So thank you so much. What we've got now is continuing our series we started last week. I've got an interview I recorded earlier in the week with Jono Edwards, who is our vice chairman, which covers sort of everything around the football side, almost like the most fun role on the committee. But I'll pass over now and you can listen to myself and Jono chatting about what his role is, how it works, and could you potentially help out in just continuing to add skill and experience to that team, because there's lots of stuff planned. So enjoy that. So today, as we've been doing with this series, we started it last week. I was chatting about my role as chairman. Got Jono Edwards here, who's vice chairman of the club, just to chat about what is his role, what is the expectation of vice chairman. Very much it's like it's everything football, effectively.
I took on the role of vice chairman at the time because we needed someone to work alongside Jack and underneath Jack, making sure anything he's not happy with or needs helping with, I can work with that. I'll work between everybody really, most of the teams, keeping Jack happy, and my job is trying to keep as many people happy as possible, basically. I'm in charge mostly on the football side, which is good, because that's where I like to be, rather than sending emails and chasing people for admin. That's not particularly my favourite task. But I took on the football side. Thankfully, my job got a lot easier when Covo come on board. Quite rightly so. I moved quickly and took him on board. Covo sits alongside me.
Under you.
Alongside.
We don't like telling Covo that.
No. Covo sits alongside me, and I make sure he's always happy, which isn't easiest at times. But yeah, he's director of football, which is brilliant, and yeah, he's the best director of football at wherever level we'll be playing at for a while. I can guarantee you that. But yeah, my first job really after Covo come in was appointing a manager. Took all the applications in, read through them all. Had a nice application process, and got to a point where appointed John Commentary Jr. and Kevin after I recommended to the board that they were the best candidates, and thankfully the committee all agreed with me. Now they're in place. I keep them two happy. I work between them two and John and the rest of the committee on not quite daily, but a weekly basis. It will become daily, I think, once the football starts. Also under me, I'm in charge now of sourcing the kits. So once the kit competition winners won, I'll take you down with me to box-to-box football, and we'll have a play around and create the kits. We're not the one role we are looking for, and it's going to be my job to source, will be the kit man. So we're looking for someone, if you want to be there every Saturday, if you want to be in and around the changing room and around the boys, we'd love a kit man to come on board. That'll be something we're going to source before the start of the season. So yeah, it's going to be a really good job to come into. All brand new equipment, brand new kits, brand new balls, bottles, everything to work with. Anything you need, we can get you. So it'd be a nice time to come on board with this. And yeah, the kit man don't tend to go, and everything else changes. So it's a job forever if you want it. But yeah, that's something we are looking for, and I will be taking on. Going forward, we're not going to have a player budget for a few years because we haven't got the money for it. But one day, hopefully, once we've saved up enough pennies and we go up a few divisions and we do start paying a couple of players, that will be my job to work with Sean on the finance side and see what we can afford for the season, because a lot of these non-league clubs, when it is just one man dipping into his pocket, they start paying a few quid at the start of the year and they play, I don't know, 12, 13 players, a good amount, and then at Christmas time, you can't go up, you can't go down. All of a sudden, 5 or 6 of them leave and your season's over and the fans are watching nothing for 6 months. But yeah, we'll set a budget that's sustainable and we can work with for a whole year. That won't be yet, obviously, as I said, but yeah, the idea is to keep everybody in the loop and have a team that you can watch all season, because yeah, we're going to build sustainably and try to do it the right way. When the match day rolls around, I'll be in charge of the additional staff, just making sure everyone's got their jobs to do and everyone's happy. So whether that be the kit man, whether that be the physio, whether that be my dad, who's going to be match day secretary, and he's running around between the referee and Covo and Kev with the team sheets. But yeah, just making sure not everybody's running straight up to Jack and giving him too many questions on a match day, because he's done enough hard work all week. But yeah, I'm approachable if you need anything. If you're unhappy with anything I do, please tell me, because we'll have a chat about it, and then I'm sure I'll convince you I was right.
You sound right.
Yeah, that's it. But yeah, no, I will get things wrong, but hopefully not too often. And yeah, if you need anything or you want to do anything, on my side, I'm always after help. So yeah, whether that be just on a match day, whether that be through the summer when we're sourcing kit, yeah, just give us a follow us on Twitter or message me under this, and yeah, I'm more than happy to have a chat with anybody that wants to jump on board.
Yeah, no, cheers for run through that. And I think the best way to describe it is that glue that holds everything football together. Because lots of what the committee's job is it's the club, it's the not admin, but it's the sponsorship style stuff that it's not day-to-day football. Whereas Jono's role is very much how do we make the football side flourish, and how do you support the manager, the director of football, the sports therapist, the kit man, just to have everything tick along. And hey, do we need this thing of equipment? Do we need some more kits? Do we need this? Do we need that? And just making sure it's there and it's all ticks along. So yeah, and that's our role really. This side of we're more the club rather than the football team, and Jono's kind of the one link that brings the two pieces together. So he's doing a really good job currently. Managers, Cover, always really complimentary of the work you're doing. And that's it there. So yeah, probably the most fun role potentially. Once the game days start coming and rolling, there'll be an element of stress, but it's
if anyone's going to get moaned at when we lose, it's going to be me rather than any other committee. And yeah, I'm the face everybody recognises. So it'll be fun for Jack because they'll have a go at me before they do him. But yeah,
if they're chatting to me about football, I'll be like, it's nothing.
I'm
nothing to do with football, mate.
It's fun while it lasts. Yeah, it's fantastic.
But no, thank you very much. This is the end of show 11. So up the rocks.
Have a lovely week, everybody. Up the rocks.